Four massive winter storms are racing toward the United States right now. The first Clipper system just finished devastating the northern plains and upper Midwest. All that Arctic air isn't disappearing. It's simply reloading across northern Canada and Siberia for a potential January assault. Let's dive deeper into this weekend's immediate threats. Saturday afternoon, December 13th, the fourth Clipper system begins impacting Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois with moderate to heavy snowfall. 6 to 10 inches expected along the Interstate 80 corridor. Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Peoria, and Rockford prepare for significant impacts. But the real action begins Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, when the system encounters the Ohio Valley and undergoes intensification. Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Tonight it's swinging southeast, bringing heavy snowfall to the Ohio Valley. Experience the heaviest snowfall rates of the entire event. Louisville, Indianapolis, Columbus, Charleston, and Pittsburgh could see 8 to 14 inches by Sunday morning. Travel becomes treacherous across these regions. Interstate 64, Interstate 70, and Interstate 77 face potential closures during peak snowfall hours. Don't miss the next critical development. Sunday morning, around 7 a.m. Eastern, the Clipper system encounters the warmer waters of the Atlantic Ocean off the New Jersey coast. This triggers what meteorologists call explosive cyclogenesis. Mid-Atlantic and Northeast regions as we speak. The storm's central pressure drops rapidly, winds increase dramatically, and the entire system reorganizes into a powerful nor'easter. Washington, D.C. receives the first significant impact around 10 a.m. Sunday, with heavy snow spreading rapidly northward. Baltimore and Philadelphia see snow beginning around noon. New York City and southern New England experience onset by 3 p.m. Boston faces the most severe conditions from 6 p.m. Sunday through 6 a.m. Monday. Peak snowfall rates reach 2 to 3 inches per hour during this time frame. The I-95 corridor from Washington to Boston could see 12 to 20 inches of total accumulation. But this is only the beginning. 3 more systems are locked and loaded. This represents the most significant winter storm threat for the region since the February 2021 nor'easter. But here's what makes this storm particularly dangerous. It develops multiple centers of circulation as it intensifies, creating areas of enhanced lift and localized heavy snow bands. Some communities within the storm's path could see snowfall totals exceeding 24 inches in isolated areas. Wind gusts reaching 45 to 55 miles per hour create blizzard conditions. Across coastal New England Sunday night and Monday morning, visibility drops near zero. Travel becomes impossible. By tomorrow afternoon, Thursday, December 11th, much colder air settles in. Emergency services become severely limited during peak conditions. Here's the crucial survival information you need for this weekend. Stock emergency supplies by Friday evening at the latest. Food, water, medications, flashlights, and battery-powered radio for a minimum of 72 hours. Ensure backup heating sources that don't require electricity. Power outages are highly likely when snow accumulations exceed 8 inches, combined with sustained winds above 35 miles per hour. Charge all electronic devices Friday night. Cell phone towers often experience failures during severe winter storms. Lake effect snow machines across the Great Lakes will be running at full capacity. Cancel all non-essential travel plans for Saturday evening through Monday morning. If you must travel, carry emergency supplies in your vehicle, including blankets, food, water, and a full tank of gas. But let's examine what happens after this weekend storm system moves offshore. Monday afternoon begins a brief respite period as high pressure temporarily builds across the region. However, this quiet period lasts only 24 to 36 hours. Tuesday evening, December 16th, another Clipper system develops across the northern plains and begins its eastward journey. This marks the 5th significant system in just 1 week. Buffalo, Cleveland, Grand Rapids, you're about to see significant accumulations. Weather experts are calling this pattern unprecedented for December. The frequency and intensity of these systems exceed anything in the meteorological record for this time of year. Wednesday, December 17th, brings the 5th Clipper system into the Great Lakes region with renewed lake effect snow production. Buffalo, Cleveland, Grand Rapids, and Milwaukee prepare for additional accumulations of 6 to 12 inches. Monthly snow totals across the snowbelt regions could exceed 50 inches by December 20th. This represents more than double the normal December snowfall. But here's where the forecast becomes truly challenging for these traditionally snow-heavy areas. Schools across 7 states have already announced extended winter break schedules due to the relentless storm pattern. Snow removal budgets for dozens of municipalities are approaching 75% depletion before the official start of winter. But Thursday, December 18th, brings the first signs of the potential pattern breakdown I mentioned earlier. The massive Pacific storm system begins its assault on the western ridge that's been driving this Arctic pattern. Atmospheric models show this collision creating ripple effects. The second Clipper system arrives tomorrow evening with surgical precision across the entire North American continent. The jet stream begins developing new characteristics that could fundamentally alter the temperature pattern across the eastern United States. Friday, December 19th marks the potential turning point. If computer models prove accurate, southerly winds develop across the central states, transporting significantly warmer air northward. This process could begin the dramatic temperature reversal that transforms the Christmas forecast. Saturday, December 20th becomes the critical decision point. Computer models show this storm as incredibly narrow, perhaps 50 miles wide. Early morning observations will determine whether the pattern breakdown proceeds as forecast or if the Arctic pattern maintains its grip. If the warm-up begins as predicted, temperatures across the Midwest could rise 30 to 40 degrees within 12 hours. Chicago could go from 10 degrees Saturday morning to 45 degrees Saturday evening. This rapid warming triggers immediate concerns about flash flooding, as accumulated snow begins melting faster than drainage systems can handle. Rivers across Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio face ice jam formations and potential flooding. What's happening in the next 10 days will redefine your understanding of winter weather. Some communities will receive 6 inches of snow, others just 20 miles away. Sunday, December 21st, if the warm-up scenario unfolds, brings the most dramatic temperature contrast of the season. Areas that experienced blizzard conditions just days earlier could see temperatures reaching 50 to 60 degrees. Instead of snow, these regions face thunderstorms and heavy rainfall. The atmospheric dynamics that create this transformation also generate severe weather potential across the southern states. Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi could experience their first significant severe weather outbreak of the winter season on December 21st. We'll see nothing more than a light dusting. Tornadoes become possible across these regions as strong upper-level dynamics interact with surface heating. Monday, December 22nd continues the dramatic weather reversal. Cities like Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Detroit, and Cleveland experience temperatures 40 to 50 degrees above recent readings. Tuesday, December 23rd brings the peak of the warm-up. Record high temperatures become possible across the Midwest and Ohio Valley. Chicago could approach 65 degrees. Detroit might reach 60. These temperatures would shatter December records dating back decades. But Christmas Eve, December 24th, presents a complex forecast scenario. This creates a forecasting nightmare that even veteran meteorologists struggle with. The European model maintains relatively warm conditions, with temperatures 15 to 20 degrees above normal. However, the GFS model introduces a new wrinkle. It shows another cold front approaching from the northwest, potentially bringing cooler air back into the Great Lakes region. Christmas Day, December 25th, remains highly uncertain due to the competing atmospheric influences. The warmest conditions would likely persist across the central states, with Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas experiencing temperatures in the 60s and 70s. The difference between a major snow event and minimal impact Meanwhile, the northern tier states face more variable conditions, depending on the timing of any returning cold air. Boxing Day, December 26th, introduces yet another potential storm system, developing across the Rocky Mountains and northern plains. This system could bring significant snowfall back to the upper Midwest, just one day after record warmth. The week between Christmas and New Year's Day promises continued atmospheric chaos and unpredictability. Multiple storm systems are likely to develop as the jet stream attempts to establish a new equilibrium pattern. It could literally be the width of your county. Some of these systems could bring significant impacts to regions still recovering from the pre-Christmas weather onslaught. New Year's weekend faces considerable uncertainty regarding temperature patterns and precipitation types. Early January 2025 could see the return of Arctic air masses that have been building strength across northern Canada and Siberia. This potential late-season Arctic outbreak might bring even more severe cold than the current pattern. Long-range computer models suggest January temperatures could average 20 to 25 degrees below normal across the northern states. But the most critical development comes Friday afternoon. Wind chill values reaching minus 40 to minus 50 degrees become possible across the upper Midwest and Great Lakes. These conditions would create life-threatening situations for anyone caught unprepared. Here are the key preparation strategies for the weeks ahead. First, maintain flexible travel arrangements throughout the holiday season. Traditional weather patterns no longer apply. Second, prepare for rapid temperature swings and changing precipitation types. Both winter and severe weather gear may be necessary within the same week. Third, monitor river and stream levels in your area. The third Clipper system targets West Virginia, North Carolina, and Kentucky during any rapid warming periods. Flash flooding becomes a serious concern when temperatures rise quickly after significant snow accumulation. Fourth, ensure heating systems can handle extreme temperature variations. Equipment failures increase dramatically during periods of rapid change. Fifth, stay informed through multiple reliable weather information sources. Single forecasts cannot capture the complexity of this evolving pattern. As we conclude this comprehensive forecast analysis, remember that we're witnessing unprecedented atmospheric behavior that challenges traditional forecasting approaches. This marks the third consecutive storm to impact these exact same regions. The next 10 days will determine whether this winter enters the meteorological record books for extreme weather events. Tomorrow's forecast update will provide crucial details about the narrow Clipper system approaching Thursday evening. We'll examine which communities face the highest snow accumulation risks and reveal new computer model data about the Christmas pattern change. Plus, exclusive analysis of the January Arctic air reload that could bring the most severe cold in decades. The story of this winter is just beginning. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe. Snow totals across the area are becoming unprecedented for mid-December. The next 48 hours will reveal which forecast scenario unfolds. Interstate 77 has already experienced multiple closures this week. Back-to-back Clipper systems are targeting 75 million Americans across 15 states. Emergency management officials are calling the situation relentless. Here's what has weather experts truly concerned. We can already identify the formation zones for the fourth Clipper system, developing over Montana and the Dakota regions. This system begins its 1,500-mile journey eastward Saturday, December 13th, initially targeting Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois Saturday afternoon. But Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, the system undergoes a critical transformation. It develops what meteorologists call northward trending characteristics. Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania prepare for the heaviest snowfall event of the season. But here's what meteorologists aren't telling you about Christmas week. The best information about this weekend's monster storm comes at 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Don't miss what happens next. Sunday morning brings the most dangerous phase of this entire weather pattern. The Clipper system encounters warmer Atlantic Ocean waters off the coast, triggering rapid intensification into a classic nor'easter. This process, called coastal redevelopment, can transform a relatively minor system into a meteorological monster within hours. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, and Boston face their most significant winter storm threat of the season. Snowfall rates could exceed 2 inches per hour during peak intensity. A shocking pattern reversal could completely transform your holiday plans. Travel becomes impossible, power outages likely across the region. But here's the information meteorologists discovered just yesterday that changes everything about the Christmas forecast. Here it is, the critical update I promised at 3 minutes, 15 seconds. The massive western ridge that's been driving these Arctic invasions shows signs of significant weakening around December 20th. Computer models suggest this could trigger a complete atmospheric pattern reversal just days before Christmas. What does this mean for your holiday plans? Temperatures could surge 40 to 50 degrees in less than 48 hours. The critical information that could save your travel arrangements comes at the 5-minute mark. Cities that see 15 degrees and heavy snow on December 21st could experience 60-degree weather on Christmas Eve. But this dramatic warm-up comes with its own set of challenges. Rapid snowmelt triggers flash flooding concerns across the Midwest. Ice jams on major rivers become a serious safety threat. And severe thunderstorms could replace winter storms for Christmas Day across parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Tennessee. This isn't your typical December weather pattern. What we're witnessing represents extreme atmospheric volatility that challenges traditional forecasting methods. Right now, atmospheric conditions are aligning in ways we haven't seen since 2014. Here's why this pattern developed and why it's so unusual. The jet stream has developed massive amplitude waves across North America. These atmospheric rivers are creating unprecedented temperature contrasts. While Arctic air dominates the eastern two-thirds of the country, record warmth persists across the western states. Denver could see 70-degree temperatures while Chicago experiences sub-zero cold. This represents a 90-degree temperature difference across just 600 miles. But at the 5-minute mark, I'm revealing the game-changing information that could completely alter your Christmas travel strategy. Here's what I promised: the Christmas forecast breakthrough. 2 powerful high-pressure systems over the western states are acting like a dam. 2 different computer models are showing dramatically different scenarios for Christmas week, creating a forecasting dilemma of epic proportions. The European model maintains the Arctic pattern through Christmas, keeping temperatures 25 to 30 degrees below normal. This scenario shows continued clipper systems and lake effect snow right through the holiday weekend. But the American GFS model tells a completely different story. It shows the pattern breakdown beginning December 19th, when a massive Pacific storm system crashes into the western ridge. This collision sends atmospheric shock waves across the entire continent, forcing Arctic air masses directly into populated areas across the eastern United States, causing a complete flip in the weather pattern within 72 hours. Which forecast should you trust for your Christmas plans? Historical analysis provides some crucial guidance here. Over the past 15 years, when dealing with pattern changes this dramatic, the European model has maintained a 68% accuracy rate for forecasts beyond the 10-day time frame. The GFS model shows only 29% accuracy for similar scenarios. This suggests the Christmas warm-up is the more likely outcome. But even if temperatures moderate for the holidays, we're looking at a temporary reprieve, not a permanent pattern change.